If Hans Rosling were alive today, he would look at 2025 not as a year of fear, but as a year of turning points. He would remind us that numbers tell stories not of despair, but of opportunity. Standing here in 2025, we are living through a moment that future generations will study as the year humanity either accelerated toward a sustainable, equitable world or lost faith in progress. The data, as always, is not just numbers, it's our mirror. He would begin by showing us the facts. Global poverty has dropped to its lowest level in recorded history. More children than ever before are in school, and life expectancy continues to rise even in the poorest region. Yet, Rosling would point out the paradox: inequality, climate stress, and misinformation threaten to erase decades of progress. 2025, he'd say, is pivotal because it's the year when technology, population, and global cooperation all meet at a crossroads. Imagine his famous animated bubbles moving across the screen. He would show Africa's population booming, but also its education levels climbing faster than ever. He'd show how renewable energy adoption has doubled in just 5 years, while fossil fuel use begins its slow decline. He'd smile and say, "See? The world is not falling apart, it is reorganizing itself." But he would warn us that data without wisdom is useless. 2025 is the year we must learn to interpret facts, not fear them. Hans would talk about the factfulness mindset to base our decisions on measurable progress, not emotions or headlines. In 2025, with artificial intelligence transforming work, climate agreements being tested, and global population growth nearing its plateau, every decision counts. He would tell us that this is the year when the myths of us versus them must die, replaced by the truth of one interconnected humanity. If Hans were speaking today, he would raise his voice just slightly and say, "Never before in human history have we had so much data, so much knowledge, and so much responsibility." 2025 is not the end of something, it is the beginning of an age where progress depends on understanding, not ideology. The choices we make now about energy, health, education, and equality will determine whether the next century is one of crisis or cooperation. He would finish with his characteristic smile and the simple truth: the world can still get better if we learn to see it as it truly is. That's what makes 2025 the single most pivotal year in our lifetime, because for the first time, the future is not waiting to be discovered. It is waiting to be understood.